to welcome you to Fuzzy Goat. Let's come in. Here we are at Fuzzy Goat. We're in our over 100-year-old building in downtown Thomasville, Georgia. And we just love our space, and we have it organized by weight. So I'm going to take you on a little tour. So up front, we have a lot of our crafting activities, things that are other than knit and crochet, though we do have some really great crochet kits. And we have embroidery kits that I just have a real fondness for. So we always have something fun over here in this area. And then this is our fingering cabinet, and with a little bit of lace and our sock yarns. And so as you can see, we love to have lots of samples, and we have lots of dyers in here that we just rotate through, but ones that we always have, our copper corgi. This is our custom color West Jack Kid, because we are on West Jackson Street, and Kid is part of my last name, Kidwell, but also West Jack Kid just sounds a little outlaw, and we're always kind of up to good trouble around here. So I want to show you one of our samples that we have in a kit, which we have all the time. This is our best-selling kit in West Jack Kid from Copper Corgi. Sarah DeRue, the dyer, is a great fan and friend of the shop, and so you can always count on us having this fabulous Raina kit in stock. I was lucky enough to find this old needle sorter, a mail sorter for our needles, so we just have lots of pieces in the store that we're really particularly fond of, along with our really beat up service sign. Just kind of reminds us that we're here to serve and to serve you. And I come from a social service and public university background, and so I like that we can mix those together. And let me show you in the shop also, knitwise, is Alicia. We can't get more local than this. I literally pick it up outside her garage in Tallahassee, just 20-30 minutes away, and she always has the most lovely and amazing bases, and so we really like having knitwise in the house, and you don't see that everywhere. Over here, and is our lodge. We will show you that again with people filled in, but right now we're taking advantage of the quiet to do our little video. Here's our worsted cabinet. So one of the yarns that we really have as a workhorse that is very popular is our Sandnes Garn alpaca wool, and we have those in a lot of colors, but we always have that in addition to blue sky sweater, and then also some Sweet Georgia worsted as well. And this is where I also want to show you another thing you can always count on us having is our Billy bag. Super proud of this. You can't get more local than this as well. This fabric was printed in Panama City, so just like maybe 2 hours away, but more importantly, it was manufactured, sewn by Jenny of Honeybee Fabrications for us. We designed the fabric with illustrator Alana, and then had it sewn and put together, and we worked with Jenny exactly on the features that we wanted, and we've been using it for about 1.5 years, and it just really stands the test of time. We love how you can put it on your arm, but it doesn't fall over and open. There's pockets on the outside, on the inside, corresponding fabric, and then a zippered pocket on there. It comes in 3 different colors. This is Tallulah. So we're super fond and very proud of our custom bag. So after our worsted cabinet is our DK and sport cabinet. And so we have yarns for that. We knit a lot in DK because we are further in the south. So between the fingering and the DK, those are probably our most popular yarns. And then here we are also in our bag alley. I need to find a better word for that. But this is the part of the shop. We love our bags. We carry ones that we literally use ourselves. And that's the yarn section of the store, but we have even more. We have this amazing back section as well. So right here is our inspirational dolls, women dolls. These are handmade in Peru. Oops. And we have several different ones. My favorite is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but we also have Bessie Coleman and Frida Kahlo, and so we're always taking pre-orders for those. And come with me down here because you can see some more of our great bags. And on the way to the back, I wanted to show you just a little glimpse of our classroom area. We're using it right now to block a sweater and then also lay out some new arrivals. And then another part of the shop that we're really proud of is our back door as well. So we open up onto the city's amphitheater, which wasn't here when we first opened up, but it was a really great addition. Fuzzy Goat's property used to go all the way to the other side of that tree, and we donated that for the purpose of the amphitheater, and the city can take much better care of that tree than I can. I also want to say, like, just on the other side of that Hubs and Hops building is our local Boys and Girls Club, and we do a lot of donations for them, both in fiber and financial resources. They have a 97% high school graduation rate with the kids that go there. So we love supporting them. And then just a few blocks over that way is our local elementary school that actually has 97% of them are on free lunch. So we do a lot to support their school library and their art programs. And so when you shop with us, you make those things possible, and we really appreciate that.
Hello, I'm Melissa from the Fuzzy Goat, and I am the store manager here at the shop. I answer a lot of your questions on the phone. I respond to a lot of your texts and emails as well. And I also do a live on Tuesdays and show you my projects and new products that we might have in the shop. One of my favorite items in the store are the O-Snap bags. And of course, you put a goat on it and it's so much cuter. So this is our Fuzzy Goat O-Snap bags.
Hi, I'm Carolina, and I am the Fulfillment, Subscription Box, and Events Maven here at Fuzzy Goat. As Subscription Box Maven, I put together seasonal and just different themed subscription boxes that go out here through Fuzzy Goat. Some of my favorites are the Y'all Means All, which is one of my absolute favorite passion projects, our Box of Goats, which is our Advent box that goes out in the winter, and our most recent was Wicked, and that is one of my favorites. I love putting them together and kind of picking the things that I'm just really passionate about and then mixing in curated knitting notions and different yarns. It's just so much fun. My favorite item here at Fuzzy Goat is our custom toolbox with this amazing art of the front of our store. And inside it is magnetic so that it can hold all of your stitch markers and knitting notions and keep them extremely organized. It's my favorite.
Hi, I'm Madeline here at the Fuzzy Goat, and I am our design maven. A few things that I do are take care of all of the shop displays, the window displays. I also manage our social media and help with the newsletter and the website. My favorite thing here at the Fuzzy Goat is definitely our Billy bags because of the fabric, which is custom. And it's just so beautiful, but it's also very practical because it squishes and holds plenty.
Oh, so I also want you to know about our sweet town, Thomasville, Georgia. I raised my kids and lived most of my adult life and worked in Tallahassee, about 20 minutes away, but I would come up the road to Thomasville to really eat first and then to shop. So I knew when I wanted to have a store, this is where I wanted to have it. What brought me here first was Liam's. Liam's is really what puts, I think, our town on the map. We're often featured in these lists of top foodie towns and best towns to visit in the South. And Rhonda just has exquisite taste in decorating. It just feels like you're in a whole other country when you're in Liam's, and super friendly, and the food that Tyler makes is just exquisite. So Liam's is a big part of why I came to Thomasville. And then I started coming in the daytime and shopping, and the bookshelf that my friend Annie B. Jones owns is also featured in Southern Living frequently, and she's a really good shop friend. We're a little business hive. We get together and chat and talk about business ideas a lot and how to do that in Thomasville. And then right across the street from that is one of my all-time favorite stores anywhere is Firefly. And Nan just has the most exquisite taste. You never know what you're gonna find in there. I was telling her one day that when we downsized to move up here to Thomasville, the things that made the cut in my home were the things I bought at Firefly. So you'll always be surprised and just love everything that's in there. And I mentioned that we're a foodie town. So the other ones I have to tell you about is Sweetgrass, right next to Firefly. Sweetgrass makes their own cheeses. They have a dairy here in Thomas County, but you can find their cheeses all over the country on different menus. And that's where we often get takeout after a long day on a Saturday. Next door to us is Empire Bagel. We're really lucky to have them here. John is from New York, so he knows how to make a bagel, which you can't always say about everybody in the South. And the reason he's here is because he married Anna Carroll, who's just a sweet girl from Thomasville, and they met in New York because she wanted to be an actress. I just think that's such a sweet story. Tavello is on the other side of us, and that is a brewery. So we're really a maker town as well. We have a place that roasts their own coffee. We've got our own brewery next door. We got our own bagels next door. And I have to mention Sweet Cacao. That's where we have our team meetings several times a month, and they make their own chocolate and just also serve Lucky Goat coffee, as does Empire next door. So you can't miss any of those. Also, when you're in town, you're going to really love Relish, which is a really great cooking shop. And Jonah's is on a list of lots of people's restaurants to go to for very good reason. They're known region-wide for their fish and grits. I really hope you'll visit Thomasville. You would love it like we do. So one of our most frequent questions we get is, why is it called Fuzzy Goat? So when I started thinking I wanted to have a yarn shop, I think my husband just thought it was a really fun idea, not a reality. And so he was really just kind of entertained the whole thing. And one day we were driving home from Thomasville back to our home in North Florida, and the way we went was a more back route, kind of a rural way, because we lived out in the country then. And he said, "What would you call it if you had one?" And I said, "Fuzzy. I like the Z's in it. That sounds fun." His last name, my kid's last name, is Bozeman. I like that. And he said, "So Fuzzy Sheep?" I said, "You know, a lot of them are named after sheep. So I don't think I want to do sheep." And right at that moment, we passed a goat farm, and the goats were climbing over the fences and trying to get out and eating through there. And they were just looked like they were up to no good and having a really good time. And I said, "Fuzzy Goat." And then he said, "You know, but yarn doesn't come from goats." I said, "But it does." We get asked that question a lot. You know, mohair, cashmere, those are all from goats. So though we weren't always sure exactly where we were going to put the store, what it was going to look like and all of that, the name from that day on was always Fuzzy Goat.